Back, her fury abated just as her cracks had done. Loneliness took the place of anger, and she wept quietly. Later, sitting with her back against the headboard, blotting her reddened eyes with Kleenex and blowing her nose, she bravely vowed not to become a recluse. A recluse. What does that mean? What that means? Recluse, a person who lives a solitary life and tends to avoid other people. Recluse. Recluse. Bro, you're so recluse. After losing his wife, he became a total recluse who rarely left his home. Oh, so after Travis lost his his dad, he became a total recluse. His wife also, it got worse. Recluse. You're a total recluse, bro. So no, some word. uh, she would find the strength and courage to venture out into the world more than she'd done before. She would meet people. She would get to know the neighbors that Violet had more or less shunned. She would make friends. By God, she would. And she wouldn't let Streck intimidate her. She would learn how to handle other problems that came along as well. And in time, she would be a different woman from the one she was now. Promised to herself sacred vow. She considered unplugging the phone, thus spoiling Shrek, but she was afraid she might need it. What if she woke, heard? What if she woke, heard someone in the house, and was unable to plug in the phone fast enough? Before turning out the lights and pulling up the covers, she closed the lockless bedroom door and braced it shut with the armchair, which she tilted under the knob. In bed, in the dark, she felt for the butcher's knife, which she placed on the nightstand, and she was reassured when she put her hand directly upon it without fumbling. Nora lay on her back, eyes open, wide. Pale amber light from the street lamps found its way through the shuttered windows. The ceiling was banded with alternating strips of black and faded gold, as if a tiger of infinite length were leaping over the bed in a jump that would never end. She wondered if she would ever sleep easily again. She also wondered if she would find anyone who could care about her. And for her, out there in the bigger world that she had vowed to enter, was there no one who could love a house and treat it gently? Far away, a train whistle played a one-note dirge in the night. It was a hollow, cold, and mournful sound. So now Nora wanna be out more. She doesn't want to be a recluse anymore. She wanted to get herself out and not isolate herself. So that's awesome. All right. Back to Vince. Now we're on to Vince Nasco. Haven't heard about him in a while. Seven. Vince Nasco had never been so busy or so happy. When he called the usual Los Angeles number to report success at the Yearbeck house, he was referred to another public phone. This one was between a frozen yogurt shop and a fish restaurant on Balboa Island in Newport Harbor. There, he was called by the contact with the sexy throat. Yeah, little girl. She spoke circumspect, circumspectly of murder. Circumspect, 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 acting in a careful, cautious way. Circumspectly, circumspectly, circum, stir, circum, spectly. Circumspectly. You said it right. She spoke circumspectly of murder, never using incriminating words but employing exotic uh, euphemisms. Euphemisms that would mean nothing in a court of law. She was calling from another payphone, one she had chosen at random, so there was virtually no chance that either of them was tapped. But it was a big brother world where you didn't dare take risks. The woman had a third job for three in one day. As Vince watched the evening traffic inching past on the narrow island street, the woman, whom he had never seen and whose name he didn't know, gave him the address of Dr. Albert Huston in Laguna Beach. Huston lived with his wife and a 16-year-old son. Both Dr. and Mrs. Hudson had to be hit. However, the boy's fate was in Vince's hands. Vince is gonna kill him. If the kid could be kept out of it, fine. But if he saw Vince and could serve as a witness, he had to be eliminated too. Your discretion, the woman said. Vince already knew that he would erase the kid. What did I say? Because killing was more useful to him, more energizing. If the victim was young, this dude is sick in the head. It had been a long time since he'd blown away a really young one, and the prospect excited him. This guy's sick. He only emphasized, Conte said, driving Vince a little nuts with her breathy pauses, that this option must be exercised with all due speed. We want the deal concluded tonight. By tomorrow, the competition will be aware of what we're trying to swing. They will get in our way. Vince knew the competition must be the police. He was being paid to kill three doctors in a single day. Doctors, when he had never killed a doctor before. So he knew there was something that linked them, something the cops would pick up when they found Weatherby in the trunk of his car and Elizabeth Yerbeck beaten to death in her bedroom. Vince didn't know what the link was because he never knew anything about the people he was hired to kill, and he didn't really want to know anything. It was safer that way. But the cops would link Weatherby with Yarbeck and both of them with Hudson. So if Vince did not get to Hudson tonight, The police would be providing the man with protection by tomorrow. Vince said, I wonder, do you want the option exercised in the same way as the other two deals today? You want a pattern? He was thinking maybe he should burn the Huston house with them in it to cover the murders. No, we absolutely do want a pattern. We absolutely do want a pattern, the woman said, same as the others. Want them to know we've been busy. That's crazy. I see. We want to tweak their noses, she said, and laughed softly. We want to rub in the salt. Vince hung up and walked to the Jolly Roger for dinner. He had vegetable soup, a hamburger, fries, onion rings, coleslaw. How is this dude eating after all the stuff he's done? It's crazy. Coleslaw, chocolate cake with ice cream, and as an afterthought, apple pie, all of which he washed down with five cups of coffee. He was ordinarily a big eater, but his appetite increased dramatically after the job. In fact, when he finished the pie, he wasn't full. Understandable. In one busy day, he had absorbed the life energies of Davis, Weatherby, and the Yardbecks. He was overcharged, a racing engine. His metabolism was in high gear. He would need more fuel for a while until his body stored that excess life energies in biological batteries for future use. The ability to absorb the ability to absorb the very life force of his victim was the gift that made him different from all other men. Because of the gift, because of the gift, he would always be strong, vital, alert. He would live forever. This guy's sick. He had never divulged the secret of his splendid gift to the throaty voiced woman or to any of the people for whom he worked. Few people were imaginative and open-minded enough to consider seriously such an amazing talent. Vince kept it to himself because he was afraid they think he was crazy. You are crazy. I will leave it right there. So a quick recap of what I read. So this one was mostly Nora and Vince Nasco. Viggy, stop. So after the phone call with Arshak, Nora want to get out more. She doesn't want to be a reckless no more. She wants to get out of her comfort zone, but she's still scared of Shrek. That's why she has a knife under her pillow. Is it under her pillow? I believe so, under her pillow. And and Nasco has been assigned to another murder, to another has been assigned another victim on whom he has to kill. So Vince is excited this new mission and can't let the person that assigned him the victim know that he, he loves it. He loves and lives for it because they think it's crazy. Well, he is crazy. He is crazy. I don't know if he knows that himself. And Vince is just sick in the head. He, when he was given the option on whether, when he was given the choice on whether to leave the 16-year-old that he's of the new victim that he's about to kill. He chose to chose that he was going to kill his 3-year-old because he loves killing the young ones. This guy's thinking ahead, thinking ahead. But yeah, that was a recap of what I read. Yeah, also, that was an all right day. Had a game today. Barely even won it. Barely won the game. Scored again, but could have been more. Could have been more. It could have been, but it was poor. It was poor. But we have 3 games left in the season, and that's it for me. Uh, playing until playing love until next year again. So yeah. Well, yeah, I have to finish the game strong, but it was good that we finished the lead season with a win, I guess. Or what when is a win? When is a win? It barely even scraped through. Only 1-0 difference. Disappointed. But yeah, that's enough. Yeah, for me.